speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And the slot man goes in motion left. So the drive's going to start with Pollard. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. This defense for the Bears, they were strong last week, CD, and that went over New England.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
They go back to Pollard on second down. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he is going to lose yardage here. Excellent defensive play by Dominic Robinson, beating the line and dropping him for a loss.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Here's Pollard again. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, so from 2nd and 13 they're back to a more manageable 3rd and 8. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. And they'll begin by running the option. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. First carry now for David Montgomery. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the 1st.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. 1st down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
He'll buy some time right. That's caught by Montgomery. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Well, he's already shown on this opening drive that he will run the football. We know that about him, Charles, so maybe when he gets outside the pocket, the defense a little wary about the run, and he's able to convert the pass.
And that wariness will often cause you to be a step or two slow. And sometimes you get so focused on will he or won't he run the football, you forget that there are receivers in your area and they find themselves open, and there's another completed pass.
Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Play action. It's Fields. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Third and short yardage. Prescott caught left side by Hilton. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to convert on third and short yardage with a gain of 4. False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. To throw is Prescott. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. The Cowboys sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they've been playing well, really well. Winners of 5 of their last 7, but losers last time out.
And it always hurts when you lose a tight game, as they did a week ago. I think each player starts thinking to himself, if I could have played better, one play here, one play there, maybe it could have changed this team's fortunes. But it absolutely illustrates how important it is to play a complete game if you want to win in the NFL.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup. And some room to run now. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds down inside the 25. A huge play there on the screen pass. 42 yards.
One of the first big plays we've seen in this football game, and could that be the play that gets this game jump-started? It's taken a while as both teams have tried to settle in. Maybe now the pace will accelerate.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Tony Pollard, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic.
But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on third down, Fields. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Pulled in at the 24. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Sitting in first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
They go back to Pollard on 2nd down. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. 2 yards on the 1st down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the 2nd down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Prescott from the gun. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run left with Pollard. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, hey, yeah, we called him the And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Here's Prescott. This is caught by Hilton. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
And I believe that gain on 3rd and long changes things quite a bit, because this would be a very long field goal. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go for it here.
Prescott to throw on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Mike McCarthy took the gamble, didn't pay off. And the Bears will get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you pumped the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
coming up on a 2nd and 6. On play action, Fields. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And he'll take this one down to about the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Some teams like to start aggressive to begin a drive, but this is still what you expect to see in normal situations. Just call a simple run, get a few yards to begin the series, and set yourself up for something bigger on 2nd down.
From the 40 now on 2nd down, Prescott. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Fourth down, Prescott. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. With his slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Now Montgomery running right. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he finds Montgomery complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. This will be incomplete. Oh, a dream chance for a D lineman, but he couldn't pull that one in.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw, Fields. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's 2nd down. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this 2nd half. Khalil Herbert to return it from his end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave them with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
On 2nd and inches, Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
Now, I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg. Man open as Byron Pringle complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured...
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Micah Parsons has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery, and they stop him short of the first as he can only get to the 20. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down. The Fields is off, and on comes Cairo Santos for the Chicago field goal. Santos' kick is up and through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx it.
Fielded right around the 8. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater. He just made a great play there.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Throwing, Prescott. And he finds his target, it's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that.
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a give here to Pollard. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
It doesn't look like this defense found the magic elixir at halftime. This offense was rolling in the first half, and that's continued here in the third quarter. Another big play right there.
So now, following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as so not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Prescott swinging this out for Pollard. And here he'll get it down to the 7. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll go with the option. Coming right. 1st down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. David Montgomery, 61 yards. And the Bears have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So that's a really big play here in the 4th quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock. And this is 2nd and less than a yard. It's a keeper with Prescott. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
Okay, I'll admit it. I'm a little surprised by that call. 2nd and inches. It did what it was intended, but it felt like it was a free play waiting to happen. I thought they might take a shot.
Pollard going to try the right side. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
11 yards and a Cowboy first down. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On play action, Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Johnson. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this 4th quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. And he will be out of bounds. A good yardage there, and he'll get a second to catch his breath as it leads us right into the 2-minute warning. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll try and run right on the option. They pitch it out to Montgomery. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Running for it, Montgomery. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 162 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Missed tackles may doom this team.
I just had a bad flashback. That's why I'm sitting up here with you right now. You've got to tackle him inbounds. You've got to wrap him up.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll run the option left. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
They're going forward with the option right. And this is going to come up well short as they stop him on 4th down. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And the Cowboys defense is going to get them the football back. In a design QB run in that spot, maybe trying to catch the defense off guard a bit. It didn't work, though.
Again, we're seeing that college influence come into the NFL. Quarterback run game on 4th down. We didn't see that very much in the previous years in the NFL.
No, seeing it more, saw it there, did not work out. Turnover on downs. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there. And the outcome is in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting. But in the end, how about those guys in their home stadium finding a way to win?
So for the Cowboys, they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Bears, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year. And they will be at home next week to take on